Hey everyone, so this week was another eventful week. I had my first Upwork gig, so I'm gonna be talking a little bit about that. It was the VMX conference here in Orlando. I got a new backpack, so I'll show you that here in just a second. Talk about Upwork a little bit, my experience so far, my first gig that I've gotten so far on that. Yeah, so I got this new backpack this week, just a simple camera bag. Just got it off of Amazon. I really actually like the form of it. So the only issue is it was advertised as a hard case bag, and that just protects your camera and gear a little bit better. As a hard bottom, but it got dented, folded in on shipment. So that was kind of an issue. I thought about returning it. I needed it for a gig for the VMX conference, so I just used it anyway. And was thinking about returning it after, but I really liked it. It was just really convenient to have, and I'd rather just not have to go through the hassle of returning it. So, so this is kind of just the little layout I have of it. Just put my Atomos Ninja in the bottom, the case for it, and then put I would have the lens on it just to provide some extra support, but just slide the camera in right there. Had a little pocket for the V-mount battery. And then just could layer my gear right here. And then there's some pockets. I still have my variable ND filter in here and the gray card. And then right here I could put like SD cards, any media transfer or SD card that I had, or sorry, not SD, SSD drive. And then even more right here, place to put your phone, some pens and stuff like that. Just little pockets everywhere. Here I have the camera charger. Then in the back here, there's a space to put a laptop, which is really convenient. Then on this side, I could fit my gimbal into this pocket, and then there's a strap right here. You just strap it down. So that was really convenient because I wasn't gonna put the gimbal in here. That would not fit. So that was nice. And then on this side, there's a little pocket right here that opens up, and you can actually see your camera right here. Just take that out, and then 3 slots for batteries and a little pocket as well. So really like this backpack. I got this for Christmas from my in-laws. Just a little Liverpool keychain. So threw that on there. I kind of want to customize it. It's got some Velcro in the front. It was like $55 on Amazon. I got it on sale. There was a little like $12 off discount coupon. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Upwork because I've been using it for the past couple of weeks to find and work for clients. I started my own account on there about 3 months ago in November, I believe, at the end of November, early December. So I guess just 2 months ago. And right away I was sent proposals from potential clients that they wanted me to apply for, and they send those out to a bunch of videographers that they can find on there to generate the lead for themselves. And so I applied to a couple. And the first thing I noticed on there is that most of the people on there looking for videographers, they have low budgets. That's great and all when you're first starting out, but it's not sustainable. So that's kind of a red flag for me because I'm a year into this now. I don't want to keep taking small gigs. I want to start progressing so I can transition out of my part-time job and use income from this work, videography work, consistently. So that was kind of a red flag at first, but it's a great tool to start out, I think. Even in my position, I could be taking those jobs and using that work to propel myself for future projects. Upwork is a freelancing platform. It's not just for videographers, so there are numerous options in using it in that sense. You can be doing basically anything and finding clients for it. They charge a 10% fee on any income that you get. So that is also something to deter you from using Upwork, is you have to pay to use it and find clients, even with the income coming in. And it's a free platform, so they have to generate income somehow. And it's a trade-off, right? You're using their services to find clients. So you're not going to get paid without them unless you know how to generate and find clients. Another one of the downsides of using Upwork is they have a credit system called connects. And what connects basically are is if you want to apply for a job or submit a proposal to someone, you have to do it with a connect. Each month, free users get 10 connects to be able to connect with potential clients. Those jobs require somewhere between 1 to 8 credits to apply for them. It's also a subscription-based platform. So if you want consistent credits coming in monthly, then you can pay $15 a month to get 100 credits per month. There's a lot of pros and cons to using Upwork, but what I can say is Upwork is a great platform to get started with and start building a portfolio. So that's definitely one of the pros, is you get access to clients that can hire you, that are paying money to have you come and do a service for them. And then you can use that work to build a portfolio so that you can gain more clients. And it's flexible. You can take the jobs that you want. You get to apply to the jobs that you want to apply for. Another interesting pro for it is that it's global. You can find jobs anywhere in the world. So if you want to travel, there was a couple for China. I got invited to go to Puerto Rico for one. You know, the only problem with that is most of the jobs on there can't pay for your travel. They're super low budget. So that's a con, but I mean, if you want to get paid to go somewhere and make content and shoot video on the other side of the world and just get paid a small amount for it, maybe enough for travel, there's that option. Another great thing is it has secure payments. When you sign a contract with someone, bottom line, you're going to get compensated for the work that you do. But of course, as in all things, there's some cons to it, right? Obviously, the first number one biggest problem is 10% fee on any income that you get. And you can offset that by charging 10% more than what you would be charging. And that's fine and all, but people will see your price tag and say, is he worth it? Or I don't have the budget for that. Another thing is Upwork is very competitive. This is the freelancer space, right? And there's freelancers all over the world that are going to be vying for these jobs. The benefit of doing videography is there's not a lot of people with access to camera gear. Right? There's a lot of people getting into the space of getting into the industry of video, but you can easily set yourself apart. You know, if you have a good camera, if you have good skills, then you're miles ahead of the competition in that regard. Whereas if you were working as a freelance editor, everyone has access to editing software now. So that this might not be the best platform to grow on as an editor because it's so competitive. And it will still be competitive as a videographer. There's a lot of great videographers everywhere in the world. Another obvious con is the low budgets that people are working with. If they're looking on Upwork, they probably don't have a big budget for their project. And then another problem that people have when they're just starting out is fitting in with the algorithm. And that's on any platform, right? On Instagram, on YouTube, people are always talking about little hacks that you can put into your videos to make the algorithm like you more and push you to other people. It's the same thing on Upwork. There's a satisfaction rate that you can get rated by your clients. If you're a good worker and you are getting gigs consistently and making a lot of money, they're gonna push you a lot more than someone that isn't finding a lot of work, maybe isn't as talented, and then maybe they didn't get a good rating on one of their first projects because the client didn't like the work that they did. And so they're not gonna push that person. In conclusion to this little rant that I just went on, Upwork is a great place to start out. It's a great place to build confidence in yourself, to be able to find clients and get paid to do what you love to do. And also to experiment, right? Maybe after a while of trying to find clients, finding a couple and having some bad experiences, you realize, this isn't the life for you. So you switch it up and you go do something different. Instead of dropping videography, maybe you're like, well, I don't want to freelance. I want to go work for a company where I can have consistent work, consistent pay, and not have to worry about finding my own gigs. And there's definitely some pros to that, and there's also some cons. Make sure to consider all the pros and cons in starting this, and always be on the lookout for other platforms like this. There's a lot out there like Production Hub, Film Local. Those are some of the top ones, I think. I haven't had any real experience with those to really say anything about them, other than I know that they're very expensive. This is definitely the cheap alternative. You sacrifice the income that you could be earning, but you're also not putting very much effort in. When I first made it, it took me a night to make, and I just basically took all the video that I had from my website and put it into little portfolios on Upwork. And almost immediately, I started getting proposals sent to me. And it was right before Christmas, so there was like 3 proposals that I got within a week of Christmas. During the Christmas holiday, there was no proposals being sent. Obviously, nobody's working. But then on January 1st, I got 5 proposals. And out of those, I've worked one and am working one on Tuesday. That's still to be determined. But just right there, 5 proposals in less than a month. So 8 proposals in less than a month. 2 jobs in less than a month. Definitely something to consider if you're just starting out and looking for gigs. I would very much consider it. This is my first experience with the Orange County Convention Center. It was a very beautiful space, very massive. Lots of people at this convention. I wasn't really expecting there to be this many people, but I guess for veterinarians, this is one of the biggest conferences in the world. So it was a must for everyone in that industry. This is the booth that I got hired by. Basically, they just wanted a video for an event recap, a bunch of footage of them talking with their clients and interacting with veterinarians and anyone else. They also wanted a couple of interviews with some of their clients that they have right now, and just talking about the services that they offer and the benefits of using their program. And then I just walked around, got a bunch of B-roll and shots of the conference, a lot of the booths, and some of the animals as well. There was a bunch of places where you could pet animals like these puppies and some kittens. So this gig was great for me, just to be able to see how Upwork works, how proposals are sent, how the client relationships are formed on there, to experiment with proposals and getting offers, and also getting paid through the app. So it was a great first gig. This coming week, we are starting production on the CCRF, Coca-Cola Refreshing Films production that I'm doing with my school, that I've been hired on set to work as the second AC. And I'm very excited for that. It's gonna be pretty cool. So if you guys wanna follow that, I'm going to be making another video about that. But if you wanna follow along, follow @ScreeningLove on Instagram. And that's the page of the commercial that we're going to be shooting. So follow that. They're posting some mockumentary style vlogs on there, which are pretty funny, and we're going to be showcasing BTS and stuff like that. So give that a follow. Like I said, I'm going to be making another video about that in the near future. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you in the next one.